Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Wednesday, November 11th, 2015. I'm Astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. What's going on, everybody? Today is my new moon ceremony on spiritualdancemusic.com, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. You can join me live in the chat. We do astrology, tarot, and we mix it all into a live new moon ceremony with music. It is so much fun. Hope to see you there. spiritualdancemusic.com for the new moon ceremony, 1 p.m. Pacific. But before we get to it, all the planets, let's take a look at the Leo King Planet Energy Meter to understand where all the energy is for your Wednesday, and especially your new moon Wednesday. And I'm sending you lots of good energy, lots of positive energy, and lots of love. And I'm hoping that you have an awesome and amazing and wonderful new moon Wednesday. And I'm putting the energy meter at the hot position. Really hot energy today. We have got a new moon happening in Scorpio in an amazing position. It is trining over to Chiron. This is a huge healing day. Healing of the last 3 years. Saturn has now moved out of its shadow period. The new moon in Scorpio is about rising this phoenix up, this new internalization, this new change, this radical new transformation. And with Mars and the North Node starting to conjunct, which is very odd too, because this is the last day of the North Node in Libra, as it's shifting into Virgo officially tomorrow in True Node. We are at a transition point, and this is the last major shifting point. Now, yes, there's this huge transit in the background going on of this new moon of Saturn and Neptune squaring, which means that the reality is very flexible right now. There is a blind corner we're all coming around in our life, even though we are knowing what we want and we're really ready to go explore. This is an amazing adventure we're all about to go on in our lives. And I think that we all can feel that. And this is what we needed, that inner transformation, that inner, facing of our fears, facing of what makes us, scared. Really, it's about healing that and realizing that all the past and all the things that Spirit has tested us with, that Chiron and Pisces, and especially as Chiron and Neptune are in their stationing positions, they're stopping, which is making us really getting prepared here for this huge transitional point of November, which really is us moving into whole new chapters in our life, whole new stories. And this is one of those ingredients. This is the ingredient today, this new moon, about transformation. This is the ingredient today with Mercury close by to the sun of us finally uncovering and finally understanding the deeper, darker, more taboo, or even more private parts of ourself that we are ready to change, that we are clear of, to be conscious of, to make change, to put an end to, and to put a new beginning to a new self. And a lot of this is about healing. A lot of this is about facing that part of ourself that has felt abandoned or felt lost or felt, in some ways poked a little bit too hard. And you know what? It's not that God or it's not that the universe is poking you. It's that we are being humbled. We are being shown parts of ourselves, reflections that come from other dimensions, past lives, aspects of ourselves that we need to be conscious of, and parts of it that are not from this reality. And you have to be aware now that with the North Node transitioning tomorrow into Virgo, this is a time now with the South Node that is now entering into Pisces, that this is a time of leaving, I think we've all been awakened. It's now time to do something about it. It's not so much about being airy-fairy anymore. Reality has to come into play now. And this is a time in your life where it's the real game now. It's time to step up to the plate. You've seen all of your issues, your problems, your situations, your relationships up. I mean, we can go into relationships for an hour. With Venus now in Libra, and now with all this energy in Scorpio, we're getting to the bottom of what we want to commit to, what we want to connect with, what kind of passion we want in our lives, what kind of relationships we want. But we've come to this point in our life when we know all the bullshit. We know all the crap that we have to deal with. And this is where we now have to play the ball game and step up to the plate, and we need to actually deal with it. We need to hit a home run. We need, there's no more things to unveil. There might be a little bit at the end of this month with Saturn square Neptune for the next year that's going to be happening in Jupiter and this whole T-square we're having with all these huge planets. But I think that really what has been shown, and especially in the Scorpio transit, especially with this new moon, is, this is what it all is. It's all here. You know what you got to deal with now. It's not like the universe is going to go throw crazier loads on you. So That kind of freaked me out for a second because I imagined, I don't know if I could. Maybe you might be feeling, I don't know if I could handle a much more load on top of me. That might be a scary feeling. And maybe that's what you're changing inside is maybe it's about learning that, well, maybe I'm wrong, who knows? Maybe the universe will throw more on us. But it's about not being scared about that anymore. And making that transformation within. The card of the day is the Moon card reversed. These are dealing with deep emotions that haven't come up to the surface yet that are finally coming up to the surface. They might be hard to deal with. They might be what we've been suppressing, but it's time for us to deal with them. It's time for us to confront them, and it's time for us to do something amazing about it. Don't suppress it. When you suppress yourself for too long, or, it's like you haven't gone out and had a good time for long enough, or you haven't been laid in a good amount of time. Remember, this is Scorpio. This is time to also get deep inside with your sexual side. There's nothing worse than sexual tension. There's nothing worse than suppression. This is about coming out of that suppression. Thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the Leo King app to get these horoscopes every day, I please ask you to do that. You can go to the Leo King on Apple and Android at those stores, or you can go to leoking.lookstack.com. And of course, the leoking.com is the mothership where you can get everything that you need there. Thanks so much, and I will see you tomorrow.